Hello, my brilliant SS3 students, and welcome. Today we are going to conquer one of the most important topics in agricultural science, genetics. I know, sometimes it can seem a little tough, but trust me, by the end of this session, you'll have everything you need to ace it in your WAEC, NECO, and JAMB exams. Ready? Let's get into it. So, let me be real with you for a second. Is genetics just chopping your brain? Are you tired of mixing up your genotypes and phenotypes? Hey, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. But I've got some amazing news for you. Genetics is actually one of the most predictable topics you'll face. The questions repeat themselves a lot, and once you get the basic rules down, those marks are practically free. So, what is this genetics all about anyway? Well, in simple terms, it's the study of heredity. That's just how traits are passed down from parents to their children. It's the magic behind developing crops that give us massive yields or that can resist diseases. It's how we breed better livestock. This isn't just theory, it's the backbone of modern farming right here in Nigeria. And just to show you we're serious about your exams, everything we're covering today is pulled straight from your official syllabus. No guesswork. We're focusing on exactly what the examiners test, the key terminologies, Mendel's very important first law, the monohybrid cross, and of course, how to solve those exam-style questions. Here's our game plan for today. First, we'll learn the language of genetics. Then, we'll make Mendel's laws super easy to understand. After that, we'll get our hands dirty with some real past questions. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a powerful summary and my top exam tips. Sound good? Let's begin. Welcome to Section 1, the language of genetics. You see, you can't solve the problems if you don't understand the words. Think of it like learning a new language. Once you master these basic terms, every genetics question becomes so much simpler. This is where you'll pick up those easy marks in your objective paper. First word on our list, locus. Okay, imagine a chromosome is a very long street. A gene is like a house on that street. Well, the locus is the specific house number, the exact address of that house. It never changes. It's the fixed position where you'll always find that particular gene. See? Simple. Next up, we have alleles. Now, if a gene is the category, like plant height, then the alleles are the different options within that category. So for plant height, the alleles could be tall or dwarf. It's like a gene for a soft drink, where the alleles are Coke, Fanta, and Sprite. They are all soft drinks, just different versions. Now, let's talk about genotype. This is the inside information. It's the actual genetic code, the blueprint that an organism has. We write it with letters like 2 capital T's or a capital T and a small t. The key thing to remember is that you can't see the genotype just by looking at the plants or animal. It's hidden inside. And that brings us perfectly to phenotype. If the genotype is the hidden code, the phenotype is what you can actually see with your eyes. It's the physical result. Is the plant tall? Is the maize seed yellow? That observable characteristic, that's the phenotype. It's the expression of the genotype. So, let's put them side by side so this sticks in your brain forever. Genotype is the genetic code, the instruction, like TT. Phenotype is the physical result you see, like a tall plant. Examiners absolutely love to ask about the difference between these two, so please know it well. And the last term for this section is dominance. Okay, imagine two people are talking at the same time. One has a really loud, booming voice. That's our dominant allele. The other has a very quiet, soft voice. That's the recessive allele. Whose voice are you going to hear? The loud one, of course. It's the exact same thing in genetics. The dominant allele completely covers up or masks the effect of the recessive one. Fantastic! Now that we can speak the language of genetics, it's time for Section 2. We're about to crack the code of inheritance with the help of the father of genetics himself, Gregor Mendel. These laws are the rules of the game, and you absolutely need to know them to win in your exams. Here it is, Mendel's first law, also known as the law of segregation. Now, don't let the big word scare you. The most important word here is segregate, which simply means to separate. So,
If a parent has two alleles for a trait, say a big T and a small t, it doesn't pass both on. No way. They separate so each sperm or egg cell gets only one of them, either the big T or the small t. So, let's see this law in action with the famous monohybrid cross. We start with the parent generation P. We cross a pure tall plant, big T, with a pure dwarf plant, small t. The tall parent can only give a big T gamete, and the dwarf parent can only give a small t gamete. Simple enough, right? So, all their children, the F1 generation, will have the genotype big T, small t. And because big T is dominant, they will all look tall. Now, here's where it gets interesting. What happens when we cross two of these F1 plants together? And here are the results, the magic numbers. In that next generation, the F2, we get a genotypic ratio of 1 big T to 2 big T small t to 1 small t. But when we look at the phenotype, what we can actually see, we get 3 tall plants for every 1 dwarf plant. This 3:1 phenotypic ratio is the golden rule of monohybrid crosses. Please memorize it. It's the key to answering so many exam questions correctly. You are doing so well. Now for the most exciting part, Section 3. We're about to put all this knowledge to the test with real past questions. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's time to prove to yourself that you are ready to handle anything WAEC, NECO, or JAMB can throw at you. All right, here's our first question. A nice, straightforward one to warm us up. Mendel's first law is known as... Take a look at the options. What do you think is the answer? I'll give you a moment. And if you picked B, law of segregation, you are 100% correct. Give yourself a pat on the back. Remember, the key word is segregate or separate. The two alleles have to go their separate ways. That's some easy marks right there. Okay, let's try another one. This one tests our vocabulary. The physical location of a gene on a chromosome is called, your options are allele, locus, genotype, or phenotype. Which one is it? Yes, the correct answer is B, locus. Remember our analogy. The locus is the gene's specific address on that chromosome street. Allele is just a version. Genotype is the code, and phenotype is what you see. You see how knowing your definitions is so important? All right, one last practice question. This one is about the monohybrid cross we just did. In a monohybrid cross between a homozygous tall plant, big T, and a homozygous dwarf plant, small t, the phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation is... Look carefully at the options. Yes, the answer is B, 3:1. That is our golden ratio. This question is a direct test of whether you remember the outcome of that cross. Knowing these key ratios by heart will literally save you so much time and stress in the exam hall. You've been absolutely fantastic. We're now at our final section, the summary and my personal top exam tips. Think of this as your power-packed revision cheat sheet to lock in everything we've learned today. So, here it is, a quick recap of the most important terms. Go ahead and take a screenshot or quickly write this down. Genetics is the study of heredity. Locus is the address. Allele is the version. Genotype is the code. And phenotype is what you see. And the law of segregation is all about separation. Now for my special hacks to help you smash any genetics question. Number 1, memorize those definitions. They are free marks, I'm telling you. 2, practice drawing that Punnett square until you can do it in your sleep. 3, know the 3:1 and the 1:2:1 ratios by heart. And 4, and this is probably the most important tip, always read the question carefully. Are they asking for the genotype or the phenotype? Don't mix them up. And I really want to leave you with this thought. You can do this. Seriously, genetics isn't a topic you should fear. It's a topic you can master. The students who get A1 and score high in JAMB don't run away from genetics. They use it to boost their scores. And now you can too. If you found this session helpful, please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, share this with all your classmates who are also preparing for their exams, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel right now so you don't miss out on the next topic. And don't forget to visit examkp.com for thousands of free practice questions. Let's go and smash these exams